Okay.
Yes,
You have to plan your body or your presentation. It's important to provide variety. What is variety, guys? What comes to your mind when you see variety? How can I include variety in your presentation?
different things about the same topic.
Okay, your body or your presentation is important to plan to provide variety. Listen may quickly become bored, lot of fact. They may try hearing a story about story. What is a variety? You may include variety of examples or variety of elements, or let's say you may include what else? You may include images, right? Not only text. You may include audio. You may include
Videos.
some videos. Yeah, right. You may record your own audio and you include it in your presentation. Something funny, okay? Or maybe an anecdote that you want to record it, and then you include it in your presentation. Why not? All right. Prepare the introduction and the conclusion. Is it important? Yes, it's important. As I told you at the beginning, you have to make an introduction, and at the end, you make a conclusion. So the development, before the development, it's important that you include the introduction and the conclusion. All right. During the opening of your presentation, it's important to attract the audience attention. How do I attract you, guys? According to your interest. If you don't listen to the attention elsewhere and you have a difficult time getting back, do I, let's say, do I attract you with the introduction? Sometimes, always, well, it depends, right? Does it catch your attention, the word that I presented at the beginning?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, with the warm-ups.
Warm-ups, exactly. It's important. Remember that warm-ups can be related to the topic or cannot. All right. Warm-up is to attract the audience attention. Try to, in module one, I remember that in module one, I tried to include some tools that you didn't know. All right. In module two, you weren't with me, you were with someone else, and you learn many tools. And now you know many tools. If I start showing to you in this module, like a tool that you were like, in module two, we say, oh, we started that in module two. No, I made something different. Yes or no? I
Yes.
may include.
Yes.
I made something different because I know you're tired. Maybe you're tired, Kahoot, on airport, on everything that you were doing for 2 months. You were watching your classmate, different example. So if I include this a Kahoot, or maybe I may include, but it has to be something, different, attractive. So you have to think of that always when you're preparing your presentations, okay? And you have to, and you have you can include maybe the introduction, relevant, ask questions, share personal experience, begin a joke and a humorous story. That is very important, guys. You show empathy with your students. You project a cartoon or colorful visual. Okay, that is very important. You have to give a unique demonstration. All right, awesome. To present this material, do you know how many sites did I try to read to present this material for you? To select about 10 sites, guys. 10. Okay, so you don't have to give your students, you have to read the information. Okay, you have to read and you have to know that it's true. That is, let's say, a place, a place where you can say, okay, this is true. And I can say that this is true because I have tried it with you, with my students. It works. Do I have to create an introduction? Yeah, sure, you have to do it. All right, in everything you do. All right. During the conclusion of your presentation, reinforce main ideas, your communicator, remember that listen won't remember everything. Exactly. You won't remember everything that I'm telling you right now. Maybe you may reinforce or review the main ideas, as I told you, right? I explained to you about the Google site, but at the end of the class, you may ask, because you may say, oh, I didn't ask this when the teacher started explaining to us the about the task, but I will do it. Sure, you will do it at the end of the class, right? Do you have any questions so far about this? Presentations? No?
No, I'm good.
All right. What about the color palettes? What have you heard about colors?
Like when we write even an email or by hand, we shall never use the color red for writing or
Exactly.
to write an email. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned something very important, Luis. And when you are writing in let's say means of digital age, or writing an email, you cannot write in caps. To write in caps when you're writing an email is like you are yelling in person. You know that?
Yes, that too.
If I send you an email and I write it in caps, it will say, let's say, Luis, you didn't include, let's say, just to say, the PDF format file. If I do it in caps, it's like to be saying, Luis, you didn't include, and I like yelling, right? So be careful when you use it. All right, you have to, people, when you're writing, and also you have to, when you start writing, you have to think of your audience. What are they going to feel when they read the email? It has to be clear. You have to be careful with the colors. Sometimes when I answer you in campus, have you checked that you include some colors? Do they have a purpose?
Yes.
Sure. What is the purpose when I include colors and I answer your question?
To catch our attention.
To catch your attention and
to highlight the information.
exactly, to emphasize, to make a difference, to separate, because we have different type of learners. We don't learn at the same time. Remember that. Maybe Norma can understand everything by reading as a whole thing, right? Maybe, let's say Roxana may understand if she goes step by step. Sometimes when I write emails and I have to include different things, I have to add labels or numbers, and sometimes colors. You can use, let's say, purple, blue, but not red. Okay? Okay. Awesome. Nice. Okay. Let's see the video last in 4 minutes.
It's important for you to know how to mix your own colors to make your color palettes appear cohesive. It is also cheaper than buying a tube of paint for every color.
I don't know why I cannot make it. Let's see on YouTube.
Olá, eu sou o Rogério Kuhn.
There you go.
It's important for you to know how to mix your own colors to make your color palettes appear cohesive. It is also cheaper than buying a tube of paint for every color. So here's how to paint a color wheel from scratch. All you need to start are the 3 primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. All other colors can be created mixing these in different ways. Note that mixing all 3 together will make a muddy brown. The secondary colors, purple, green, and orange, are created by mixing primary colors. red and blue makes purple, blue and yellow makes green, and yellow and red makes orange. Tertiary colors are created by mixing a primary color with a secondary color. These are red-orange, red-purple, blue-purple, blue-green, yellow-green, and yellow-orange. And now we have our basic color wheel. So to recap, you start with primaries, mix those to create secondaries, then mix one of each to create tertiaries. Now let's go over some basic terms to help you better understand and talk about color theory. A hue is the name of a color, like red, blue, green, yellow, and orange. Saturation refers to the intensity or purity of a hue. High saturation means the color is really bright, and desaturation means the color looks washed out or grayed out. Value refers to the degree of lightness or darkness of a hue. This value scale shows you a full range of values. A shade is a hue produced by adding black. So here you have a variety of shades of red made by mixing the red with increasing amounts of black. A tint is a hue produced by adding white. So now you have a variety of red tints made by mixing the red with increasing amounts of white. A tone is a hue produced by adding gray. So now you have a variety of red tones made by mixing red with increasing amounts of gray. When artists talk about color temperatures, they mean either warm colors, which are reds, oranges, and yellows, or cool colors, which are purples, blues, and greens. Opposite temperatures create visual contrast and have different psychological effects. Generally, warm colors appear bright, cheerful, and happy, while cool colors appear dark, mysterious, and gloomy. This is not always the case, though. It really depends on how you present the colors. The color wheel is a great reference when you're choosing an appealing color scheme. Here are some of the most common types of color schemes. A monochromatic color scheme is made up of one hue plus either white, black, or gray. Here you have a variety of tints, tones, and shades of red. Complementary colors sit across from each other on the color wheel. The most common pairs are red and green, purple and yellow, and orange and blue. Putting these next to each other creates great contrast and visual interest, but they can easily overpower each other, so it's important to use them carefully. An analogous color scheme is made up of 2 to 4 colors sitting next to each other on the color wheel. These are just a few examples of analogous color schemes. A triadic color scheme is made up of 3 colors that are evenly spaced around the color wheel. Again, these are just a few examples of triadic color schemes. A split complementary color scheme is made up of a base color and the 2 colors adjacent to its complementary color. A tetradic color scheme is made up of 4 colors arranged into 2 complementary pairs. And a square color scheme is made up of 4 complementary colors evenly spaced around the color wheel. Hi. So I know that I've loaded you with a ton of
Okay. What are the primary colors?
Red, yellow, and blue, I think.
Yes.
Okay. And the secondary colors?
Green, purple, and orange.
All right. You see how we can mix them, right? We can mix them. We have, I have another, let's say, presentation for you to see, but it lasts more time, and we're about to go to the break. So I will add your names. I will add your names to the classroom because you cannot modify them, right? So I will add them during the break. I think I will have enough time to do it, half an hour. And we come back